Hello viewers, here is a Bellsouth, or Ding Down, 900 megahertz. I suspect it's probably an analog cordless telephone. This is model number MH9003, and it is unfortunately made in China. There's the serial numbers. I don't know if that number has a date encrypted in there somewhere. It probably does. Service number. I don't have the wall bracket for it, but it looks like it would have required a bracket to hang on the wall. Perhaps even to sit on the table. With some tilt, it looks like the bracket could be put in two different positions. Filtered sound. It's got an awful lot of vents in this base. That's kind of unusual. Here's the power adapter. It is the Bellsouth model number DV-0935S, and it too unfortunately was made in China. Can't be used outdoors. Let's go ahead and plug this in, and we'll plug in the telephone line as well. This does not have the removable hook, so it's always in wall mount position, which I find kind of annoying because that means you always have to push it up and then out. You can't take it forwards because it won't lift out of the cradle. Can charge both ways, which I find kind of odd for a phone that doesn't have the screen. I'm not sure what the advantage of putting it upwards like that would be, because when you're talking on it, you know, with it up to your face, it's more natural to put it like that, because otherwise you have to kind of do that and then put it down. There's something within this handset. I'm not sure what it is. Hopefully it's not something metallic. The handset buttons, by some miracle, still work perfectly fine. The battery, this is the battery that it came to me with. I suspect it's probably the original one. It is the nickel cadmium chemistry. Pretty standard shape, size, and capacity. US Electronics, I don't know what that is. It may or may not even be around anymore. It's got this kind of a plug, which I don't really recall seeing on many batteries this size. Usually it's the 2.4 volt AAA cell batteries that have that plug. This battery cover is very difficult to get off. I just jammed that battery in there for now. There's some more informations. Is that the same model number? I don't know. It's part number on the battery, model number on the battery cover. I don't know what the difference is. Anyways, this battery cover is deplorable. I've never really been too fond of any of these Bell phones, any direction. These directional Bell phones just don't seem to be the best quality. Anyways, so there's volume here. I'm not sure if that's ringer or receiver volume. We'll find out soon enough. That's the ringer on off. That's probably receiver volume then. Buttons, they feel okay. They're very responsive, which is surprising to me. They all seem to work. It's on pulse dialing. Dedicated tone button. Flash, redial. Well, it's got a lot of static. Does this have pulse tone yet? We'll switch it to tone for now. seems to be working properly. Well, that's kind of been my experience with these directional bell phones, is they're not very reliable. Anyway, so let's begin by calling it up. The ringer is switched to on. Here we go. It's a very quiet ringer. It didn't have any effects, so that's got to be the earpiece volume. It does have auto talk. Okay. Okay, so that's working. Alright, let's go to the outside line here. Put this amplifier on. Maybe not quite that loud. And let's make a testing call to the outside world.
Are now history. Our entire and staff, families, making our season successful. We will continue our tradition of commemorating the harvest with a gift to both UNICEF and the Valley Goes Pink.
Okay, that seems to work just fine. The antenna is somewhat of a flexible material, and like a hard rubber. The base one is plastic. Okay, now I will turn this amplifier back off, and we'll go back into the internal line, and I will call the testing answering machine and record a message.
1. New message and 13. Old messages. Message 1. I called over to the hardware store this afternoon because I was getting hungry, and as it turns out, they're all out of cheese. I was really disappointed by that. I'm on the other side of the room now. I'm starting to hear a little bit of background static, not too much. This phone has a nice amount of side tone to it, and the ergonomics are a lot better than I thought they would be. Okay, this computer is having a problem. Won't install updates. Stupid Windows 10. Daggone Microsoft. Really getting tired of both of them lately. Over and out. End of messages.
Okay, so that seems to work surprisingly well. I didn't hear any static in that message at all. Or a little bit as I got to the far side, but not that much. Okay, so it seems like it's kind of a cheap phone, but it works just fine. So we'll put this in the box of phones to clean up.